Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. It's Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and Instagram, and today we will be planning with this Daisies kit from Letters to Apollo for the week of, what is the week? For the week of May 13th through May 19th. This kit is absolutely stunning. I just wanted to use a spring kit for this week. The highlight of this week, let's just go with that real quick, is a food truck event that I went to at work. So um, I believe it was a relatively nice day from my recollection. So I feel like the clip art from this kit kind of goes well. I mean, that wasn't why I chose it. I already slotted in for this week before I knew what was going on. But happy coincidences are fantastic. So this is one of the kits that Jess, she went back to a 4-page kit format with this kit. I believe this was the first kit she went back to that format for. Um, and has an add-on girly. um, I think that was the right move. I understand that this hobby is expensive and she was trying to do everything to minimize the price of her kits. But I think with the direction the community is going into, or at least some subset of the community is going into, a lot more of these journaly, these layering and like layering elements. My brain just stopped again. Um, I'm not afraid to admit when my brain stops. My brain just stopped. Um, these layering elements, these journaly bits, are great to have, even if it's just to have a little bit of it to kind of experiment with. So I'm kicking myself for not grabbing any of the journal add-ons, and for not grabbing the coordinating floral deco, which is why you saw that I had a pretty pinko daisy deco. I don't remember what the kit was for, what the kit's name was that it went with. But the reason I grabbed the daisies is because one, I knew I needed something else. Um, but I don't frequently shop at Letters to Apollo, and Pretty Pinko was having a sale, and I wanted to grab something else from there already. So for me, it was more financially sound to just grab some florals that kind of coordinated with the kit um, rather than going to another shop and paying for the shipping for stickers that exactly matched. Um, I think I'm trying to learn, or I'm learning, not trying, I'm learning to kind of either A, grab everything at once, or B, um, make use of what I have and or shop at shops, like buy things at shops when I'm already shopping there for things that I'll need. Um, so I kind of didn't even talk about what was going on with the stickers. So that's my little spiel pre talking about what's going on in front of the screen here. Bottom washi standard ways. What's interesting is her top washi isn't foiled. I did think about layering that foil um, washi on top of it, but I kind of liked the break that brown upper washi strip created. So I left the upper strip unfoiled, used a gold. It was from a spring sampler from an advent calendar from CD Stickers. I believe it was the 2022. Um, to line in between them. In the date cover area, so I made my own date covers with the swatches from the kit, um, and then filled in the white space with some florals and these little ladybugs that I got from some Oops bags from CD Stickers. I liked the fact that they came, like the black ladybugs, kind of just give your eyes somewhere to like rest. Because sometimes I want to go overboard with the foil, and then I remember, eyes need a break. They need, white space and unfoiled stuff kind of balance out with the foil. So it was just perfect to have these ladybugs also in black. In the monthly script area, I grabbed one of the layering pieces and what kind of looks like a calendar, but I know it's not exactly a calendar, but it reminded me of calendar, so that's why I went with it. And then just put in a May script there. Um, and then I had a little bit of trouble with my sidebar, and I'm having a little bit of trouble with this camera setup, even though I've used it before. I have no idea why I'm having so much trouble. And I'm still having a little bit of trouble right now. Um, I'll figure it out. We're learning. I had a little bit, but like I said, I had a little bit of trouble with this sidebar area. I had a vision to kind of have some foil kind of peeking up under that torn paper there, but I didn't have the right foil to do it. So this floral kind of washi from Panda Bird Designs is what I wanted to kind of have happen, but it's not it's not the right shape. And I know there's some stores that offer kind of like these foil. I don't want to call them underlays because that's a type of thing. But it's I then shifted gears and kind of created three little spaces in my sidebar. So this bottom one has this little chair picnic scene for that's perfect. Like I want to sit out there and read a book and enjoy the sunshine. And then this top area, I grabbed the window from the kit and just layered some florals around it. And it's at times like this that I wish I had butterflies. I remembered seeing like little clusters in my stash somewhere, and so I went digging and I found it on an older sampler, not sampler, older freebie from a store, from a shop, store shop. I know it's the same thing, but in my head, shop is like smaller. And then in this middle section, I just wanted to use up some of the smaller deco. um, this deco is kind of like a weird size for me. I like either like really large deco or not really large, but larger deco. It's just to me made more sense to like kind of create a scene with, or um, to have it kind of stand out in the sidebar. These little pieces, and they're not even like icon size, which is like how I was originally envisioning using them, but um, it was just an awkward size for me. So if they were like either a bit bigger or a bit smaller, it would have been perfect for me. But yeah, so that's how my sidebar turned out. Um, I think she cute. I didn't go as I planned in my head, but I think she's cute. So boxes, just lay them around. I went back to doing my tilted boxes again, and I have, I'm laughing because I'm remembering the struggle I had with these dainty box liners from Pretty Pink Co. Because if you look at it here, you can see it here that that top strip like kind of pokes out past the full box. And I was like, okay, you know what? Don't worry about it. We're going to cover that corner anyway. But then I used it on this other box here. And I was like, it's like, am I using it wrong? Like, it can't be that difficult to use it, because I didn't want to have those however many dots hanging off the edge. So I ended up like trimming these top and bottom ones because I do think I used this one more time. Um, then I went to bed because I think I finished after laying down all the full boxes this session. Then I went to bed and I remembered, how I'm probably supposed to use these is that they're lined around the box, not on like the perimeter of the box, but around the box, which would make sense because even those side bits are a little bit longer. Um, so I haven't used them since yet, but I think I think they're actually supposed to actually go around, so not on the actual sticker itself, but they're supposed to go around the box. Which I think is different than I haven't. These are the first like kind of full box liners that I've used. Um, but I feel like in seeing other people use like the ones from Paper Trail Plans, and I haven't seen anyone use the ones from Sadie Stickers yet. But I feel like those are meant to like go in, like on top of like the perimeter of the full box. So maybe it seems obvious to everyone else, but it wasn't obvious to me. So if you ever use the Pretty Pink Co. Dainty Full Box liners, try going around the perimeter, like on your planner, with the full box liner. It might work out better. Um, or maybe it was just me. It's operator error. I don't know. So that here is another session because I went to bed and realized I didn't finish like decorating my full boxes, if that's what you want to call it. And silly me, I meant to put this at the top, but it had peeled up some of the color of the sticker underneath, so I left it there. So this is how my full boxes turned out. Now I think we're going to go into the day by day. What I really like about this kit, hopefully I've mentioned that this was the first time I've used the Letters to Apollo kit. I started doing this voiceover, looked at my recording thing, and noticed that I hit stop and never hit start again when I continued talking for like another 4 minutes. So forgive me if I've repeated something or if it seems a little disconnected. Um, but this is my first time using a Letters to Apollo kit, and I really enjoy like all of the kind of layering boxes that came with the kit. Um, these journaling elements are really fun, and it was great to have um, ways to kind of make my boxes more fun. So we always start Mondays with Coffee Mondays. um, I wish that I had taken like a half second more before I clipped off the rest of that M like flourish to kind of cut it at the column because it kind of looks silly, truncated right at the box. But this was my last Coffee Monday script, and I said, you know what, we're gonna live with the consequences of our actions of not thinking about it beforehand. Um, so there's that. So Coffee Monday, then I had a new work schedule, and then I did a what we periodically do is called a photo dump to clear the storage off of our phones, um, because I had lost like 3 months of photos, um, which was really sad because they were like about the first 3 months of Bub's life that I had. My SD card got corrupted somehow. So now we frequently take the photos off of our phones and back them up in other places. Um, Sorry. Okay, let me get back to what's going on. We're going to talk about what's going on here first, and then we're going to backtrack to the day by day. So there was a fun, like, little film strip thing in the kit, and I wanted to layer florals within it, and then more deco, and then put some ladybugs inside. And I thought it was really fun to kind of figure it out. So I'm always a fan of any kits that have kind of like these open film strips so that we can kind of create something with it of our own desires. Um, um, so yeah, let's just layer some florals, put some ladybugs in there. I'm gonna pull this off screen because I was having a little bit of trouble with where it was, and I layered some more of this washi here, and then I'm gonna lay that at the bottom here of Tuesday. So let me go back to the day by day. On Tuesday, I had a GDP training at work. GDP stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. Not manufacturing, Good Documentation Practices. So how we document things is very important to my line of work. I received some happy mail, and then just an emergency happened that night. Which is what I'm marking here. So I think it's kind of funny that I created this little film strip thingy to mark mark something like that. But this was the larger space. Oh, yeah, this Letters to Apollo kit had these like cute little like office stationaries type stuff, like the paper clip, little binder clip. I thought that was so cute to kind of make it look like it was holding the boxes on top. Um, adorable. I really enjoyed using those. So Wednesday, I'm working Dolly Donuts. Um, so actually on Tuesday, was it Krispy Kreme? Krispy Kreme had announced, or they started their little campaign with Dolly Parton, and one of my coworkers is obsessed with Dolly Parton. So I asked her on Wednesday, I was like, "Did you get your Dolly Parton donuts?" She did not. So we spent that morning on a mission to get her these donuts. She got a dozen of the donuts. Um, they were very good. So that was Wednesday morning. And I'm not sure why I think I was trying to actually, no, there was no reason. I just, like, for some reason started writing it there, and then I remembered that, hey, like, you're probably me, not you, like me. Um, I was going to kind of start writing in things as I go, and I thought it might just be better to fill that all in at the end afterwards. See, like told you, I'm struggling with this setup a little bit. So here is a wiggle of the first half, which I didn't even finish Wednesday yet. We had the Dolly Parton donuts. I did a manual media fill at work. We had Italian for dinner, and I did more sticker shopping. Yay! Stop coming out with good kits. Actually, don't stop coming out with good sticker kits. But, like, for my budget, please stop coming out with good sticker kits. I can't help it. Thursday I marked payday. And then I took this lantern from the kit, cut it down to size, and I used that to mark a quiet morning. Um, and sometimes, like, the struggle is organizing. Not organizing, that's not the right word. Is like figuring out how you want things oriented. Um, because there was probably a much smarter way to do that, but I didn't have it mapped out in my head yet. So marked a quiet morning, excuse me, and then I had two meetings at work that day, um, and then we cleaned the bath toys that night. Um, so I'm making use of this foiled sampler. See, I told you I'm struggling with my camera here. And this section didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it. As you can see, this box is kind of going into that bottom washy area. I don't exactly hate it, but I don't exactly love it either. Again, if I had planned it out a little bit better, um, I probably would have swapped two of the blue clipboard with the lantern setup. I think it would have been a better flow. I wouldn't have this little bit of sticker sticking into my bottom washy area here. Um, but what's done is done. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't turn out exactly as you want it to. So here's me trying to figure out which of these floral trims I want to use here. Um, does anyone else struggle with spacing things? I struggle so much with trying to figure out spacing sometimes. Um, so I see how many. I don't even know how many times I just pulled it up and picked it up, pulled it back down. See again. Um, I think sometimes that's also the struggle is just spacing. Um, we had this is our food truck event. It was really fun. We took the afternoon. Well, not we, but one of the departments here sponsored a bunch of food trucks to come, and they rented out one of the baseball fields near us. And then we got food. There was some alcoholic beverages, which I did not partake in any because I was driving later. Um, they had, like, games to play with. There was volleyball, not hacky sack. What is the one where you throw the ball, not the ball, the bean bag towards the whole cornhole. Um, like what a frisbee, like frisbee basketball. I don't know what the word is. They had a kickball event going, and as they were setting up the net for volleyball, I noticed that I thought it was badminton, at first. We saw the guy sitting up from across the field, and I was like, oh my God, is that badminton? I love badminton. Let's go see if it's badminton. We went over, helped the guy out, and we're like, oh, we thought this was badminton. He's, well, there's rackets here. I'm just trying to get this set up for volleyball later. Um, and so my coworkers and I played badminton until they needed the net for volleyball. But that was really fun. Then we had ice cream sandwiches because an ice cream sandwich truck came through. And then something I'm just not gonna talk about, the last thing that I marked, just for privacy reasons. Saturday we started with a grocery run. I was gonna write more. You'll see I'm gonna come back with a script sticker later. I was gonna mark more, or like write it more in. But I was like, let me just make use of this grocery run script sticker instead of trying to squeeze it all in. We followed Marty around. Um, Bub loves Marty. If you don't know who Marty is, he is not really a robot. Um, Maybe I'll try to pop a picture of him up. But he is a worker, quote unquote worker at Giant, who kind of checks the aisles for any spills. And I believe his primary purpose is actually for inventory management, like he scans the shelves and stuff. But my son likes to follow him around, and uh, I feel like sometimes the robot's like, what is going on? Why is this obstruction like moving? um, so yeah, we went to the grocery store and followed Marty. Um, then we went to go get breakfast. Actually, we might have done those two other way around, but in my head, I did the grocery fund first. But then we also had breakfast. I cleaned the floor in Bub's room, and I really like what I did with this circle here with the layered swatch. I guess that's a swatch in the back, and I laid the florals in front. I really like how this looks. And then excuse me, and then I played in my bullet journal for a little bit. Since we were starting to approach the second half of May, I needed to get moving on finishing my June monthly spreads here. So I used a book icon to mark that. Um, and then I remembered that I had this other torn paper here, and I wanted to do something really fun with it. So I placed it down only on its long edge. I pressed the long edge down, and then I layered florals underneath so it looked like they were peeking out. I did want, you're gonna see me do it in a little bit. I did want to try to add some foil, like also like I did in my roses spread, but I didn't have anything that really fit. Oh no, I cut it out, but I did try. Um, and it just didn't work out the way I kind of had it pictured in my head. So we just left it with just the florals here, and then I was trying to figure out what to do with the other side since it was so short near this top part. I didn't really have room to mark anything, so I just added some deco here. Um, and then I start with marking. Was it a Starbucks run? Well, obviously, if I used a Starbucks cup, I did a Starbucks run. And then I'm going to go back since I was already kind of in my scripts area. I remembered I had the groceries. I threw them up there. Um, then I marked going to the playground and then napping with Bub. Um, I wish that I had done either more with these like grassy foiled grass elements at the bottom on either all of the days, or just not done it like here right next to this one. You're gonna see me pull the foiled grass back in, um, because it kind of looks a little unbalanced with how it's like done right now. Because it's like, what is it? Wednesday doesn't have any. No, that's not Wednesday. Thursday doesn't have any. Friday doesn't have any, and Saturday and Sunday both have this foiled grass. It just looks a little off. But it is what it is. I mean, I had fun with the foiled grass at the bottom. I just wish I'd thought about doing it more or less, like been a little more cognizant of it for balance reasons. Um, So yeah, that's the day by day. I'm gonna go, like, I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna try to do a wiggle of the side and then realize that this one area, this is in real time here. This one area looks a little empty, so I'm gonna go and grab a little um, ladybug, and you're basically gonna see my thought process here, and try to lay one here. And this is all real time. This is how long it takes me to make some decisions sometimes. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna use him to complete this little spot here. So yeah, I really love the gold. I love how it turned out. I kind of really like the white space that I have left behind. It kind of really lets the spread breathe a little bit. I know I didn't talk a lot about the stickers, but if you have any questions, just send me, post them in the comments. I'll get back to you. Here's what's left over. I've been trying to use leftovers to possibly do monthlies or use them in other journal pages. We'll see what I do with this one. I haven't figured it out yet. But I did. I'm quite proud of how much I actually used from this kit. And here is the spread with, like, me writing everything in. So I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember, if you use those dainty line dividers from Pretty Pink Co., try around the outside of the box. Um, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.